How's it going, everybody? Rybrad here today, and we are back with our Montreal Canadiens franchise mode, and we are in the playoffs in year number 4, I want to say this is? I can't even remember what year it is. I'm pretty sure it's year number 4. And we will be taking on the Toronto Maple Leafs in the first round of the playoffs here. We are the 3 seed, but before we get started, guys, I wanted to say thank you guys so much. The subscriber count has just been going up and up and up, and it was my kind of goal this year to get to 2,000 subs, and you guys are making that happen, and we're making our way there. It's already March. We're not even through a quarter of the year, and we're already at 1,600, so I'm having such a great time. If you guys are too, make sure to hit that subscribe button. But now, enough of the channel plug. Let's go ahead and take a look at what Toronto's got. I know you guys want to see good content, so let's get some content. Toronto will be throwing Kasperi Kapanen, Tavares, and Marner at us. That's a pretty good first line, especially when you consider their second line is Baton, Matthews, and Nylander. Wow, that is a really good second. That top 6 is really deadly for the amount of salary they're paying these guys. Then you've got Andreas Johnson, Jeremy Bracco, and Alexander Kerfoot. That's a sick third line. What does their defense look like, I wonder? But anyway, fourth line is Timashov, Jankowski, and Sam Gagner. So, I mean, honestly, up and down this lineup, this team is stacked. Kasperi Kapanen, this is what they did last season, I think, because this is first round. Defensively, they still have Morgan Riley and Tyson Barrie as their first pairing. That's really good. Rasmus Sandin and Timothy Liljegren, so he's growing just fine, Liljegren is. Sandin, he's fine. He's the top 4 defender. And then they got Philip Kral and Mac Hollowell. So these guys, not exactly what you want to see in the NHL. This guy's a minor top 4 defenseman. He's not even a minor top pairing defenseman. Mac Hollowell is a depth defenseman, so he could step in and fill in occasionally, but you probably don't want to be rocking with him all season. How did they do this season? He had 6 goals and was only a -3. Wow, he's a huge minus down there in Toronto. And then Mac Hollowell here got 20 points in 82 games, so I guess they're just destined to get points. And in goal, they still have Frederik Andersen, who last playoffs did not do well for them in their one series. This season did not do well for them again. 898 and a 311, so that's probably where their weakness has got to be. And then scratch, nobody really that's going to step in and make any kind of noise. So, I don't know. Their offense is so good. That's what scares me. Their offense, it's going to sim well, I'm pretty sure. Let's go ahead and see how we're going to counter that and show you guys, if you have forgotten, what we have. We've got Taylor Hall, Kotkaniemi, and Cole Caulfield, one of the best first lines that I've ever just put together. Cole Caulfield is one of the best players I've ever used. He had 56 goals and 90 points in his first full season on the top line, or his second full season on the top line. He grew and he went off. 56 goals is insane. He finally broke the 40-point mark. Kasperi Kotkaniemi, though, he's been solid for the past couple seasons as well. Put up even more points this season. And then a guy that's been, I think, kind of disappointing. Okay, he's a point per game. That's fine. But, you know, I always thought he was going to be that #1 for us. But he's really been, you know, kind of what his max is, like what he should be as a 70-point guy, a guy that can get up into the 80 points, but like 70 to 80 points range for Taylor Hall is what you expect. He just has had that one season where he put up the 93 points and won the Hart. Other than that, he's been the usual Taylor Hall for us, so he's still doing better than Carey Price is, though. I'll take that. He's shooting ridiculously well, so that might cool down. But we did go ahead and acquire somebody who is a very good shooter, and Alex Ovechkin. Now, he is dropping off. He's medium top 9, and he was an 85 when we got him and an 83 now. He's with Domi and Gallagher, and, well, he's been doing just fine since he's gotten here. 9 goals in 22 games is a really good pace. That puts him on pace for about 40 there on the second line, 16 points. It's very solid at +3. Then we got Domi and Gallagher. You guys have seen these guys before. Third line is now Suzuki, Paling, and Foligno, which I think is a solid third line. And then the fourth line is Teasdale, Lowry, and Frolik. Just some solid players to fill out the lineup. So Toronto definitely has the edge on the forwards. Like, we got guys that perform, but Toronto's players are just, they're ridiculous. They're overall. Then on defense, we got Risto and Klingberg. Risto, you guys were yelling at me because Risto's a minus machine. Well, guess what? His first full season in Montreal, +37. Super solid there, 26 points. He's not putting up too many more points than what he does in the sim, but what he is doing is he's a big old plus. You put Rasmus Ristolainen in the right position. I got him up to medium franchise, okay, in my Sabres franchise mode, so trust me. Jonathan Klingberg here. also had a really good season. 74 points, right on pace for what he usually does in the sim. Plus 38 as well, so he very, very good. Now we got Jake Muzzin and Jeff Petrie. Petrie still killing it for us there on that second pairing. And we've got Jake Muzzin, who is signed, I believe, through next season, yes. We went out and acquired him in that whole shuffle-up when we traded Murray for Ovi, and then we went out and brought in Jake Muzzin. He has 7 points in 22 games, which means he's on pace for about 25 to 30 points, somewhere in that range. He's a +4, very solid. Definitely couldn't, not too upset with that. We're looking forward to him coming back. Jeff Petrie's been doing really, really well. 16 points there for us. He was a -4 this season, but we did shuffle it up late. And then Mete and Juleson down here, they're playing solid. They're fine. +3. Then in goal, we went out and acquired Braden Holtby. That was our first offseason, I believe, is when we signed him. He's due for a new contract this season, and he's probably going to want a big one. He's been playing pretty good. He got 2 points this season, but more importantly, he was a .919 and a .252. So all 3 seasons here in Montreal, he's been very solid for us. He definitely, I would like to bring him back if possible in the playoffs for us. He was really good. He was not the reason we went out. Like, I can just say that. So those are the lines and everything. I don't really think... I can't give a definitive winner. I would say Toronto's got the better roster, and they were 8-1-1, but we were 7-3 at the end here, so a battle of 2 really hot teams here. Let's see how it goes. We're here in Toronto for game number 1. Let's get into the simulation. I know that's your guys' favorite part. First period, and Toronto already takes the lead with Gagne on the 4th line and Marner on the 1st line, getting a 2-0 lead where we only got 3 shots that entire period. What do? Take a ton of penalties or something? We took 1 minor penalty. We just couldn't do anything. Second period sees us finally break the ice, but that's after Austin Matthews gave them a 3-0 lead. Foligno, the veteran presence there on the 3rd line, finally steps up. So it's not looking good for us. This is where a guy like Ovi, Kotkaniemi even, Domi even, let's go! 2 quick ones here in the 17th minute there. Oh, and then Victor Mete on the 3rd pairing, and all of a sudden we've come out strong here in the 3rd period. We held it just close enough, and now we're up 4-3, but Hallowell on the 3rd pairing defense for Toronto scores and equalizes, and William Nylander on the 2nd line is gonna seal the deal. We didn't really deserve to win that game anyway, but you would have liked to see Holtby really shut the door, especially with Hallowell scoring. A 3rd pairing defenseman who's, what is he, a 79 overall? He's a depth defenseman. He's really nothing special. 3 stars, Matthews, Nylander, Liljegren. Their 2nd line did pretty much eat us alive. So 5-4 though, we put up a good fight. We just need to keep the puck out of our own net. That's really the biggest thing here is just we let up too many goals. We scored 4, which I'm never going to complain about, but giving up any more than 2 or 3 is when I'm going to start to complain. Hopefully that was a one-off, though. I know Toronto's got a lot of offense, and hopefully we can shut them down here in game number 2. So let's see if we can get it done in the 1st period. We do, and Kotkaniemi scores, and Ovi scores, so it's our top 6 taking the lead now here early in game number 2. In the 2nd period... well, Toronto equalizes with Patan and Kerfoot. Kerfoot on that 3rd line. Patan, I believe, is on their 2nd line. And it is 2-2 heading into the 3rd period. So it's anybody's game. And Max Domi comes out just under a minute and gets us a 3-2 lead. And hopefully we can keep them off the board here. They got a power play, but thank God... I was going to say, thank God we hold them off, but Mitch Marner scores seconds after the power play ends. We get ourselves a power play, but cannot score. Halfway through the period, it is still 3-3. We had the lead here in this period. Mitch Marner equalized. Toronto's never been leading in this game. I may add that, and I'm going to get bit. And I'm not. Okay, we're going to overtime, so I guess listen, it's 1-0 right now. If we win this, it's a big shift of momentum. Let's go, boys. Overtime. Let's get it. 1 goal, that's all we need. Holtby, I need you to shut the door, bud. Power play for Toronto, and yeah, you're not going to get away with that as Kerfoot scores another power play goal. And a 4-3 win there for Toronto. And it's 2 one-goal losses now. I don't know if I want to make a change. I guess I'll take a look at the lines and see who's a minus and who I may need to shift around. First line is even. Second line is Brendan Gallagher's a -3. I'm gonna, I think, move Paling up. Let's move Foligno up and keep Paling on that 3rd line. Foligno's at least a good two-way forward. He'll play good defensively. Paling's actually better defensively, though, and provides more point opportunities. But I think I'm going to get Foligno there. What's his passing? Is 86, 86, and 90. You know, we're going to leave it the way it is. I think Suzuki, yeah, see there, +1. Gallagher was a -3, and the bottom pairing was no big deal. +1 up there, -1 in the middle pairing, and that's fine. I don't know if I really want to change too much about it. Petrie was a minus this season. We'll put Noah Juleson up there, or actually maybe Victor Mete. Yeah, we'll put Victor Mete up there. It would make more sense to put Juleson up there just because of lefty-lefty, righty-righty. But that doesn't matter. We're going to switch it up just a little bit, give ourselves a little bit more depth, and hopefully just fix some of our issues defensively. Because offensively, I don't want to change too much, but defensively is where the issues have been. Game number 3, here at home. Let's get into it. First period, get it started, nothing. So that is good. That's a good sign. We did keep them off the board, but we were not able to score ourselves. In the second period, they do take the lead with John Tavares, but Alexander Ovechkin goes ahead and equalizes for us with 5 seconds to go. That makes me feel really good going here into this third period where we give Toronto a power play. Oh my God. Jesus, a long power play, and we give them another one right away. You cannot give them 12 minutes of power play time here to start the third. 2-1 now, but Rasmus Ristolainen from the corner. We give him another power play, but this time we do kill it off. It's 2-2 now, thanks to Risto's equalizing goal there at 10:26. Now with 1 minute to go, will somebody score? Oh my God, we give Toronto another power play. Who's taking these penalties? Caulfield, Risto, Domi, Frolik, Foligno. Jesus. Did Toronto take any penalties this game? Toronto's not taking a single penalty? Yet we've gotten 2, 4, 6, 7 minors, and Toronto hasn't taken a single one. You mean to tell me that in a playoff game, they're going to go 7 penalties on us and none on Toronto? That is ridiculous. That is insane. Listen, it's the sim. I get it. This kind of stuff happens, but that's just crazy to think that we would get 7 minor penalties and Toronto would get no minor penalties. And they got another penalty. All right, we finally get a long power play, but are unable to capitalize here in overtime in the pivotal game number 3. That could see us go down 3-0 or bring it back to 2-1. Here in the second overtime, it's going to be Bracco. I mean, Jesus, guys, how many penalty minutes did we have? Like, it's insane how many penalty minutes we had. I can't blame Holtby for that. He's half the reason we were in that game. Frederik Andersen balled out for them, though. I will give him that. And something needs to change. We've lost 3 straight games now. We are down. You know, we've only been outscored by 3 goals. We're a -3, like the team. Let's go ahead and move Paling up there. Is moving like anybody like this gonna change it? I don't know if I want to. I'll put Ovi on that top line. I know he's listed as a 3rd line scoring forward. But we'll move, actually, maybe we'll move Cole Caulfield down. He's scored a ton, but, we'll put Hall, Paling, Caulfield with Domi, Kotkaniemi, Ovi. I think we'll do that. And then Foligno, Gallagher, Suzuki, right wing. Gallagher is also a right wing. It doesn't make a difference. Cole Caulfield is a 1st line forward, but something's got to change here. Defensively, I think we're fine. I don't really see any reason to make a change. I mean, defensively, we were not fine. We did go into a second overtime, only giving up 2 goals in regulation. You got to score that 3rd goal, boys. And we also can't be swept by Toronto. Otherwise, I'm going to be very upset because nobody likes Toronto. First period has us go up 1-0 early as Paling scores with some talent around him. But we give him a power play. Who was taking all these penalties? Ovi for elbowing Gallagher. We took 3 more penalties. We have the most undisciplined team I think I have ever seen. Second period. Doesn't matter, though. We're going to get 2 as Ovi on that 1st line scores, and Paling scores another one. Now, 3-1, being pretty badly outshot. Can we keep it up defensively? Holtby's the reason we're here. Taylor Hall scores on Frederik Andersen. Just as Toronto gets another power play, we get a power play, and Taylor Hall scores again. And that was a long one. That might have been a double minor. But that's okay, boys. We got a 5-1 game here with just 2.5 minutes to go. Multiple 2-goal games. Taylor Hall on that second line. Paling, our second line kind of dominated, didn't it? let's go ahead and check out our stats, because I'm pretty sure our second line was ridiculous. Caulfield was on the second line, Paling's on the second line, and Hall's on the second line. So we had 4 goals come from that second line. They didn't really assist on each other's goals, but wow, we had 4 goals from line number 2. I will definitely take that. I mean, I guess one of them was a power play goal, and he's on the first power play, but, you know, doesn't really matter too much in my eyes. I'll take a 5-1 win. It's 3-1 in the series now. I like the way we played in that game. I'm not going to touch a single thing. Looks good to me. Hopefully we can keep it rolling here and keep ourselves alive. It's tough to ask the team to come back and, you know, force Game 7 even, but just put up a fight, boys. Let's go. First period. 1-0, Kerf foot. You know, it's literally, he's literally in the crease. Okay, first of all, he's in the crease. Second of all, they just, it's their damn depth. Their forwards are so good. This team is, Toronto is so good. Second period. Doesn't matter, though. Hype him up just to knock him down. Cole Caulfield on the second line, and just Barry Kotkaniemi gets us a 2-1 lead as we head here into the third period. And from what I'm seeing, not a lot of power play opportunities for either team. Maybe the refs put their whistles away. I wouldn't mind that. That'll really level it out, because Toronto's been playing this entire series, getting a ton of power plays. So maybe at 5-on-5 we're the better team, but, you know, when we give Toronto 7 penalties in 2 periods, no! Okay. Whew. Oh my god, I thought I was about to get, you know, Carmen was going to get me there for saying Toronto's power play is the reason they're in it, and I thought they were about to score, prove my point. Doesn't matter, though. 2-1, a close defensive game now. Now, Braden Holtby has to be the first star. Yeah, what a game by him. He's coming back to his average. He's progressing to the mean. And John Klingberg leads the team in points with 7. So, you know, it was a pretty good off-season acquisition here. We're here at home, game number 6. You know what? I'm not gonna try and hype it up too much for the boys. We're just gonna go out there and go play. Just do your best, be competitive. That's all I can ask. First period sees Toronto go up 2-0 as 2 power play. Jesus freaking A! Oh my god, a major penalty for Foligno a major for interference. He must have destroyed some dude like way behind the play. Taylor Hall hooking and Risto for a minor for checking from behind. Jesus, so many penalties on this team. I'm going to have to reassess who's taking these penalties, especially in the playoffs. This is insane. Second period, sees Toronto go up 4-0. Oh my god. And I bet you we took even more penalties in that period. They just didn't happen to score on them. 4-0 here. We need to mount a crazy comeback. We need to score soon. Halfway through the period, though, it doesn't look like we're going to score. And are we going to be shut out in game number 6? I said be competitive, boys. This is not what competitive looks like. Also, taking 30 penalty minutes a game doesn't help you either. But we're going to get shut out in game number 6. We lose 4-2 in the series. I have to check the stats because we took so many penalties. That is insane, the amount of penalties we took. Yes, we've gotten eliminated from the playoffs. Thanks for reminding me, guys. Penalty minutes. Let's see. Who took the most? Nick Foligno, Paling, Muzzin, Gallagher, Hall. I mean, all these guys had multiple penalties. But 9 penalty minutes for Foligno? Maybe I shouldn't have given him as much ice time as I did. But still, Jesus. 9 for him, 8 for Paling. Like, their discipline, 81, 76, okay, 84, 84, 84. I mean, I don't know. It just feels like, did everybody on the team take a penalty? Oh my god. We had almost everybody on the team take a penalty. That's spectacular. All right. Have to reassess here, guys. Let me know. Should I try and purge the team of penalty takers and just kind of find guys that like our Klingberg or Kotkaniemi? Yeah, those guys are my best guys. But even Domi here, he only took 2 penalties, but had 5 points, -1. You know, not his fault. Defensively, yeah, we were fine. Risto, 4 penalty minutes, not great, but Muzzin with 6 did not help. Braden Holtby, wow, Nedeljkovic got in there at one point. I must have missed that. But Braden Holtby with a 920 and a 272. Listen, I'm not upset with that at all. He's definitely coming back next year, depending on his demands. But that's all the time I have for this one, guys. Let me know what I should do about these penalty issues. Leave a like if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you want to see some more, and I will see you guys in the next one.